The Tokyo Olympics were set to kick off later this month. However, after some spikes in coronavirus cases and some fears of the Delta variant that has been spreading around the world, Japan is on lockdown. Fans were barred from the pandemic postponed Tokyo Olympics that will open in just about 2 weeks following a state of emergency declared in Japan on Thursday. The ban was announced by the International Olympic Committee and the Japanese organizers, reducing the games to a made-for-TV event. So it will only be aired on TV, and it won't be a thing where you can go and watch people compete. Although widely expected, the move marked a sharp turnaround from just 2 weeks earlier when the Olympic organizers said that they aimed to hold games with a limited amount of spectators. So there were people originally planned to fly in for this event, but that's not happening. This is a quote from one of the organizers. It says, "It is regrettable that we are delivering the game in a very limited format, facing the spread of coronavirus infections." Went on to say that I am sorry to those who purchased tickets and everyone in local areas. So this is, it's unfortunate news because as people in the United States especially were getting vaccinated more and more, people were really looking forward to kind of getting back to normal. And, this is still a slow process. This is the thing we need to remember. It's still a slow process worldwide. The vaccinations and getting back to normal is still a very slow process worldwide. The U.S. has been blessed by the fact that we were able to purchase a lot of vaccines very quickly and roll them out very efficiently. Not everyone has been able to do that. Australia recently went back on lockdown after a little bit of a spike and worries from the Delta variant. And they, I believe, only have it's like between 10 and 15% of their entire country vaccinated. And that's because a lot of larger countries have been hoarding the vaccine or buying up more bulks of the vaccine. So it comes to the question of, is this the correct decision to make by the Japanese organizers and by the Olympic Committee? And if you ask me, yes, it is. Because we want to, when people say back to normal, when we say we want sports to go back to normal, we want fans there, you can only do it when you are sure that things are going to be safe. In a country like the United States, where I believe we're at 70% vaccinations, where most of the people who are susceptible to the pandemic, susceptible to the disease, are vaccinated, you can safely hold mass events. You can safely do them without masks. You can safely do all of that. But in other countries where that isn't the case, or where they're still working on and rolling that out, and now this new Delta variant has kind of thrown a wrench at everybody, the correct thing to do is to just wait a little longer. It's not going to hurt anybody to wait a little longer. If these games have to come and go without fans and without spectators, then so be it. If it means that in a year that Japan specifically, who's going to be affected by this, if there is some sort of a spread, if it means that Japan is going to be better for it in a year, then yes, it is totally understandable. It is totally the correct decision. There's really not a logical thought, honestly, to say that this is a wrong decision. You have to do this. If you're the Japanese government, if you're Japanese officials, you have to do the responsible thing, which is not let fans come especially when the country is in a state of emergency. If the country wasn't in a state of emergency and wasn't this concerned about the pandemic spreading, might be a different story. But no, it's unfortunate. I will say this: it is very unfortunate because a lot of people were looking forward to this. A lot of people were looking forward to the Olympics. A lot of people were looking forward to watching a little bit, again, this semblance of normalcy come back, because the Olympics were postponed last year. People were excited to have them this year. Unfortunate. As far as how it will affect the athletes, I think it's going to be a similar effect as what we've seen. It's going to be weird. Anyone who says, oh, it's not different or whatever, they're lying to themselves. It's going to be weird because you've been training all your life for the Olympics. You've been training all your life to perform in front of the Olympics, in front of all these people, and that doesn't happen. It's going to feel, I think, more so like a practice than anything else. But it's going to be on a different level. So, again, it's a weird thing. I think, for the most part, I don't think it'll have too much of an effect on the athlete's actual performance. It'll probably be a little bit of a weird vibe trying to kind of get things started and getting into it, because you won't have the crowd cheering you on or reacting or anything like that. But that's why I kind of said it's going to feel a little bit like practice, just like like a big open practice, but it's like a competition. So interesting. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.